Hello students, welcome to Math Made Easy. From today onwards, we are going to start the revision lectures. So we will be starting with Math 1, the first chapter, that is linear equation in two variables. Now in linear equation in two variables, for the year March 2022 board exam, the first exercise has been completely reduced. So let us go to the chapter. This is linear equation in two variables. And the first exercise, that is exercise 1.1, that is solving the linear equations by elimination method, has been completely reduced. This one, see, exercise 1.1. No sums will be asked from the first exercise. We'll go directly to the second exercise, and the second exercise is based on the graphical method. So we are going to solve two sums based on the graphical method. One will be an easy sum and second will be not that easy sum. So we will be solving from exercise 1.2, the first question, question number 1 and question number 6. So let's start with the first question. Okay, so now this is the first question. So before we start, the very first thing is how to write the sums based on exercise 1.2. So during your board exam, students, you have to take a graph paper to solve the graphical sums, correct? Now, most of the students, they solve the explanation part, that is, getting the x coordinate and the y coordinate in the graph paper itself. So whatever graph paper you get, one side we draw the graph and the other side you can write on it. So most of the students write on the same paper. I will advise you, don't do that in your board exam. Wherever you solve the graph sums in your main sheet, attach the graph paper the next to it. For example, you get a main sheet of 20 pages, suppose. So if you are solving the graph sums on the 5th page, so beside the 5th page, you can attach your graph paper, or else if you are not comfortable doing that, you can attach the graph paper at the end of the main sheet. But don't forget to mention whatever number of supplements you have taken along with the number of graph paper in the front page. Okay, so here, if you are solving on the graph book, now if you are writing on the graph book, see to it that you complete your whole sum in one page itself and you need not go on to the next page. Now, how to do that? On the writing side of the graph paper, you divide the page on two parts. Okay, so we are going to solve the first equation in the first side and second equation on the second side. So how to solve it? So now here, the first equation is x plus y is equal to 6. We are going to keep any one variable alone in the left hand side and we are going to keep y alone. We are going to make it in the standard form. Now, what is the standard form? If you remember how to write the equation of line, the standard equation of line, it's y is equal to mx plus c. This you have studied in the 9th standard coordinate geometry, slope of line. Y equal to mx plus c, where m is the coefficient of x, m is the slope. M is the slope of the line. The coefficient of x is the slope of the line. And C is the y-intercept. C is the y-intercept. So this is the standard form of writing an equation of a line, keeping y alone in the left-hand side. It's not necessary, it's not compulsory, but it's good if we follow this method. So I'm keeping your y alone in the left-hand side. We are going to shift everything else in the other side, that is the RHS. So plus x will go that side, it will become minus x. Now we are going to make a small table in which we are going to assume the x coordinate. And accordingly, we are going to substitute the x coordinate in the equation y equal to 6 minus x and we'll find the y, value of y. Now we are going to assume Here is x, here is y. Here we are going to write together x comma y. How many coordinates will it assume? Now in your textbook, it's given 2 coordinates, but I will always advise you, we will go for more than 2. That's 3. You can also go for 4, but 3 is enough. Now why so? If we assume only 2 coordinates, then we get 2 points, right? And 2 points, students will always give you a line. So suppose if you have done any silly mistake of plus sign, minus sign, then still you will get a line with the help of 2 coordinates. Okay. But if we assume 3 coordinates, and then if you do any mistake of plus minus, the 3 coordinates will be non-collinear points, non-collinear. So hence, we are going to assume more than 2 coordinates, so that if at all we make any silly mistake of plus or minus, we come to know about that mistake during the examination and not after the examination when we get our paper. So here we are going to assume 3 coordinates. You can take any value for x, any value. Go for the smaller value. Don't go for the bigger value because we have to plot those points on the graph paper. So hence here I'm going for 1, 0, and 2. Okay, we can go for any smaller values. Now we will be substituting these values one by one to get the value of y. So number 1, when x is equal to 1. So what is y? Y is 6 minus x. So in the place of 6, we are going to write its value, that's 1. So we get 5. So the first coordinate is 1, 5. The next is when x is equal to 0. We took 0 as the second coordinate. So y is equal to 6 minus x, which is equal to 6 minus 0, which is nothing but 6. So the second coordinate we got is 0, 6. And the third, we still have space here. So we are going to write it this side. When x is equal to 2, y is equal to 6 minus x, which is equal to 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4. So our third coordinate is 2, 4. Now, before we go on to the next equation to solve it, we will mark this coordinates on the graph paper. We'll get the first line. Otherwise, if we mark all the 6 coordinates, 3 of equation 1, 3 of equation 2 together, we'll get confused that which 3 is of equation 1 and which 3 is of equation 2. So we'll go one by one. So let's mark this coordinate on the graph paper. So this is the graph paper, and we are first going to draw the x-axis and the y-axis. So randomly anywhere approximately in between, we are going to draw the y-axis. There's no need to count the boxes and do it exactly in between. I've seen students counting the boxes, so there's no need to do that. So anywhere in between, you can draw a straight line. This is our y-axis, and the horizontal line approximately in between, anywhere we can draw, that will be our x-axis. So let us draw a line here. So this is our x-axis. This is the x-axis. We are going to write it as x and x dash. Here it is y, and downwards y dash. Y dash is where we write the negative numbers. Intersection of both the axes is 0. By taking 1, 1 box, that is 1, 1 centimeter distance, we are going to mark the numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This side also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, why we are marking till 6? Because the maximum numbers in our 3 coordinates, the bigger number is 6. Now, since the bigger number is 6 in the second, and this is y coordinate. So, is it necessary to mark on all the sides till 6? So, answer is no. It's not necessary to mark, but we are doing it just so that it should look nice. Otherwise, if you mark only 6 on the positive y-axis and lower numbers on the other side, it's completely fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Downwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let us write the numbers now. Positive numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here this side, negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -6. Upwards, positive number, and downwards, negative number. -1, -2. Be careful while writing the coordinates. Do not skip any boxes. Otherwise, you won't get the proper point of intersection. You won't get the line also. So our first coordinate is 1, 5. So the first coordinate always represent x and the second coordinate always represent y. So 1 of x and 5 of y. So the intersection comes here. This is the first point, that above 1 and beside 5. So we'll write here, this is 1, 5. Then the next is 0, 6. x0 and y6. It will come on the point 6 because x is 0. So it is 0, 6. The next point is 2, 4. 2 of x and 4 of y. So it will come here. So this is 2, 4. We are going to join these 3 points and we will get a straight line. Do this with the help of scale and pencil. Extend it. It should pass through all the 3 points. We'll put 2 arrows and we'll write the equation of the line along with this line. That is x plus y equal to 6. So x plus y equal to 6. So hence we finish with the first line. Similarly, we are going to mark the second line. So let's solve the next sums. Here x minus y equal to 4. So here again we are going to keep y alone. But if we keep y alone in the LHS, y is having minus sign. Now whichever variable you are keeping alone in the left hand side, see to it that it doesn't carry the minus with it. So to remove that minus, we are going to shift y towards the right hand side and we'll bring 4 here. So when we do that, if minus y will go that side, it will become plus y, and plus 4 will become minus 4. So we get y is equal to x minus 4. Now, let's make a small table and we are going to do the same thing here. We are going to assume 3 coordinates for x. We'll substitute in the above equation and accordingly we'll get the value of y. Any 3 small coordinates you can assume. You can also assume the same coordinate, that is 1, 0, 2. You will still get the correct point of intersection. So here we can go for 1. We can go for 2, 3. Now, first substitution, when x is equal to 1, y is x minus 4, which is equal to 1 minus 4, which is equal to minus 3. The first coordinate 1, minus 3. Second, when x is equal to 2, y is equal to x minus 4, which is equal to 2 minus 4 minus 2. Next coordinate is minus 2. So this is 2, minus 2. Then the third one, when x is equal to 3, y is equal to x minus 4, that is 3 minus 4 minus 1. So we get the coordinate as 3, minus 1. Now let's go to the graph paper and plot the points. So these are the coordinates for the second equation that we got. 1, minus 3, 2, minus 2, 3, minus 1. So accordingly, we have marked here 1, minus 3. and 1 below 1 and beside -3, 2 comma -2 below 2 and beside -2, 3 comma -1 below 3 and beside -1, and we got the point of intersection, something here that is nothing but 5 comma 1. Now, when you draw it in your graph paper, you will get it above 5 and beside 1. So it is nothing but 5 comma 1. So we are going to conclude our final answer as, since the point of intersection is 5 comma 1, therefore x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 1. So our final answer we will be writing here. There is always half to 1 marks for the final statement. Since point of intersection is 5 comma 1, therefore x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 1. This is our final answer, our final solution. Now the next sum which we are going to solve is the sixth sum, question number 6, and it's a star mark sum. Now, why it is a star mark sum? What is a star mark sum? It's a hot sum. That means higher order thinking skill. So I won't say it's difficult, but it's not that easy. So 3y minus x equal to 4. Now here we are going to solve this sum. The second equation is easy because we have one variable with coefficient 1. But in the first equation, both the variables are not alone. Not alone means both the variable is not having the coefficient as 1. So here we are going to get the equation in fraction. And before assuming the coordinates, we have to think a little, we have to use a little logic to avoid the decimal coordinate. Okay, so we are going to solve this sum in the next video. So please do follow the video if you don't want to miss this sum, and do follow it. We'll solve the sum in the next video. Till then, keep practicing the rest of the sum. This was the first sum we solved. Second, third, fourth sum. Second, third, fourth sum, you can solve it. Question number 5, you can solve after the sixth sum. Like I want you to solve after the sixth sum. So we'll solve the question number 6 in the next video. In this sum, if you have any doubt, you can write me in the text box. We'll get back to you. Keep practicing, students. Bye. Thank you.